I often introduce these Beyondusports videos with a smile and continue on in a warm tone, but that just wouldn't be appropriate for this week's contribution. Former FBI Director Louis Freeh has announced the findings of his investigation of the Penn State football program. The details are disturbing, but at least we can finally close the book on Jerry Sandusky and the sex abuse scandal that shocked the nation and devastated the university. So I've created a video timeline recapping this series of unfortunate events. Let's begin in 1969. That was the year that Sandusky, a former Penn State defensive end and graduate assistant, returned to Happy Valley as a coach on Joe Paterno's staff. He rose through the ranks and was named defensive coordinator in 1977. Just months after the promotion, Sandusky founded the Second Mile, a nonprofit organization. Its mission was to help underprivileged kids in Pennsylvania and their families. Sandusky's work was praised by public figures like President George H.W. Bush and U.S. Senator Rick Santorum. In February 1998, a 71-year-old Joe Pa informed Sandusky that he would not become the Nittany Lions' next head football coach. And on May 3rd, Sandusky assaulted a child in the showers of the Lash building. This unfortunate victim, as well as all those he would harm in the future, were introduced to him through the Second Mile. Sandusky reached a retirement agreement with the university in June 1999, unretired later that summer to coach his final season, and concluded his career on December 28th at the Alamo Bowl. He penetrated another child at the team's hotel in San Antonio. According to Louis Freeh's report, Sandusky also committed unspeakable acts in November 2000 and most notably on February 9th, 2001. That incident was witnessed by graduate assistant Mike McQueary, who reported it to Joe Paterno, who reported it to athletic director Tim Curley and senior vice president Gary Schultz. And they didn't do enough. Instead of running him out of town or turning this monster over to the authorities, they schedule a March meeting, and they tell him to stop bringing kids into the athletic facilities, a message which obviously wasn't received because in August, he's back to his evil ways. This madness was left alone for more than 8 years, until January 7th, 2010. That's when the university received subpoenas from the Pennsylvania Attorney General, inquiring about Sandusky and his personal records. Paterno, Curley, and Schultz went before a grand jury in January 2011, and an investigation into Sandusky's behavior as a Penn State employee begins. The sexual predator is smacked with criminal charges on November 4th, and arrested on November 5th. On November 6th, Curley goes on administrative leave, and Schultz retires. Joe Pa is removed as head coach on November 9th. The legend passed away from lung cancer complications on January 22nd, 2012. Louis Freeh held a press conference on July 12th to announce all these findings. His 267-page report is available in PDF form. Next time, I'll have less nauseating college sports news to share, so subscribe to this channel to see some of that. Connect with us using these Twitter handles at Mr. Eliminator and at Beyondusports, and check out Beyondusports.com for more Penn State, Joe Paterno, Jerry Sandusky reactions.